Hello, beautiful souls. Your inner light is a beacon in this world, but it can also attract those with less than pure intentions. Navigating the complexities of human relationships means recognizing when someone might be using you. Today, we'll explore 8 subtle yet telling signs that someone may be exploiting your kindness and energy, potentially derailing your spiritual mission. This isn't about fostering paranoia. It's about empowering you with awareness. By the end of this discussion, you'll be able to identify these red flags, enabling you to make informed decisions about who you let into your life. This knowledge is essential, whether you're dealing with personal relationships, professional environments, or spiritual communities. If you've ever felt inexplicably drained, doubted your intuition, or struggled to set boundaries, this guide will help you reclaim your energy and protect your gifts. 1. They only reach out when they need something. One of the most obvious signs that someone is using you is when they only contact you when they need something. Picture this. Your phone buzzes with a message from someone you haven't heard from in weeks, maybe even months. They greet you warmly, but as you read on, you realize there's a request or a favor attached. This pattern can be particularly draining for those with spiritual gifts and heightened empathy. Your compassionate nature often leads you to respond and help. However, when the relationship becomes a one-way street of taking without giving, it's not just your time or resources being depleted, but also your vital energy, the essence that fuels your spiritual journey. This happens because your light, energy, and gifts are so potent that others instinctively turn to you in times of need. They sense your strength, wisdom, and connection to something greater. While being a source of support is wonderful, there's danger in becoming nothing more than a spiritual ATM for others. Recognize the pattern. Are there people in your life who only appear when they're in trouble? Do their messages always come with a request? Do you wonder if they'd reach out at all if they didn't need something from you? Recognizing this sign isn't about judging others or closing your heart. It's about discernment, a crucial skill for any chosen one. True connections involve reciprocity and care that extends beyond moments of need. By identifying these one-sided relationships, you're not just protecting yourself, you're creating space for authentic connections that nurture and support your spirit. Your purpose is grand, your energy precious. Helping others should not come at the cost of your own well-being. Setting boundaries with those who only reach out in times of need isn't selfish. It's an act of self-preservation and self-love. 2. They downplay your achievements. Another sign that someone might be using you is if they downplay your achievements. This can be particularly insidious for chosen ones, whose accomplishments often transcend the ordinary. Imagine sharing a profound spiritual breakthrough or a significant way you've used your gifts to help someone. Instead of celebration, you're met with indifference or subtle dismissal. Comments like, "Oh, that's nice," followed by a quick change of subject, or remarks such as, "Well, anyone could do that if they tried," can cut deep. Your achievements aren't just personal victories. They're milestones in your spiritual journey, steps toward fulfilling your higher purpose. When someone consistently minimizes these moments, it's an attempt to dim your light. Often this behavior is rooted in the other person's insecurities or their inability to comprehend the depth of your experiences. Some may feel threatened by your growth, fearing that as you evolve, you'll outgrow them. Others might be so entrenched in their own worldview that they can't fathom the significance of your spiritual or intuitive achievements. Recognizing this sign is crucial for your continued growth and self-validation. When your accomplishments are repeatedly downplayed, it can lead to self-doubt, causing you to question the validity of your experiences or the importance of your gifts. This doubt can hinder your progress on your chosen path. Remember, your journey is unique, and your achievements are real and significant, deserving of acknowledgement and celebration. If not from others, then certainly from yourself. 3. They drain your energy without reciprocating. This sign goes beyond emotional or mental fatigue. It strikes at the core of your spiritual essence. In healthy relationships, there's a flow of energy. Sometimes you give, and sometimes you receive. However, with certain individuals, you might notice a constant one-sided drain on your energy reserves. These energy vampires, leave you feeling depleted after interactions. You might experience physical symptoms like fatigue or headaches, or emotional ones like feeling overwhelmed or anxious. The key here is the lack of reciprocation. While you're left drained, they seem energized, having fed off your spiritual vitality. This dynamic is particularly dangerous for chosen ones due to your natural inclination to help and heal. Your empathic nature and spiritual gifts make you more susceptible to these energy drains. You might unconsciously shield others from negative energies or take on their emotional burdens without realizing the toll it's taking on you. Recognizing this sign requires heightened self-awareness. Pay attention to how you feel after interactions. Do certain people leave you feeling consistently drained? Do you find yourself needing to recover after spending time with them? These are clear indicators of an unhealthy energy exchange. Protecting your energy isn't selfish, it's necessary. Your spiritual energy fuels your higher purpose, and allowing it to be consistently drained without reciprocation affects your well-being and ability to fulfill your role as a chosen one. 4. They try to manipulate your gifts. This sign is especially pertinent for chosen ones, whose unique abilities often make them targets for those seeking to exploit spiritual or intuitive powers for personal gain. Imagine someone in your life becoming intensely interested in your intuitive abilities or healing gifts, but their interest isn't in your growth or well-being. Instead, they pressure you to use your abilities on demand to predict their future or solve their problems. They might try to leverage your spiritual insights for their own agenda, dismissing your boundaries or the sacred nature of your gifts. This manipulation can be subtle, like guilt-tripping you when you're not able or willing to use your gifts, or more overt, like attempting to monetize your abilities without your consent. For chosen ones, this kind of manipulation is particularly dangerous. Your gifts are not party tricks or tools for others' convenience. They're sacred abilities meant to be used in alignment with your higher purpose. When someone tries to manipulate these gifts, they're not just disrespecting you, they're potentially interfering with your spiritual path. Recognizing this sign requires a strong sense of your own boundaries and the true purpose of your gifts. Are there people in your life who seem to value your abilities more than they value you as a person? Do you feel pressured to use your gifts in ways that make you uncomfortable? These are red flags that someone might be trying to manipulate your spiritual or intuitive abilities for their own ends. Remember, your gifts are a part of you, not a service you're obligated to provide on demand. Protecting your abilities from manipulation is crucial for your spiritual growth and the authentic expression of your purpose. 5. They're inconsistent in their support. Inconsistency in support creates an emotional roller coaster that can leave you feeling confused, undervalued, and doubting your own worth. Imagine there are people in your life who oscillate between being your biggest cheerleaders and your harshest critics. When things are going well or when they need something from you, they're all praise and encouragement. But when you face challenges, or when supporting you requires effort on their part, they're suddenly distant, critical, or even dismissive. This inconsistency is especially impactful for chosen ones. Your journey often involves periods of intense growth, spiritual challenges, and moments where you need a steady support system. The unpredictable nature of fair-weather friends can be deeply destabilizing, potentially hindering your progress on your spiritual path. Often this happens because these individuals are more interested in what you can offer them than in genuinely supporting your journey. When your light is shining brightly and benefiting them, they're there to bask in it. But when you're navigating darker periods or when supporting you doesn't serve their interests, they pull away. Recognizing this sign requires paying attention to patterns over time. Are there people in your life whose support seems to fluctuate based on their needs or your current status? Do you feel like you can't rely on certain individuals to be there for you consistently, especially during challenging times? For chosen ones, this inconsistency can be particularly harmful because of your heightened sensitivity and the intense nature of your spiritual journey. You need a support system that's steady and reliable, not one that wavers with the winds of convenience. 6. They take credit for your ideas or work. Imagine having a profound spiritual insight or creating something unique, born from your connection to higher realms. You share this with someone you trust, only to find later that they've presented it as their own idea. Perhaps they've used your intuitive guidance to solve a problem at work and taken all the credit. Or maybe they've repurposed your spiritual teachings without acknowledgement, passing them off as their own wisdom. This intellectual and spiritual theft is more than just annoying. It's a violation of your sacred connection to your gifts. For chosen ones, your ideas and work are often intimately tied to your spiritual purpose. When someone takes credit for these, they're not just stealing your words or concepts. They're attempting to co-opt a piece of your spiritual journey. Often, this behavior is rooted in a combination of insecurity and opportunism. Some people, recognizing the power and uniqueness of your insights, may feel compelled to claim them as their own to elevate their status or feel more spiritually advanced. Others might simply see an opportunity to benefit from your wisdom without putting in the spiritual work themselves. Recognizing this sign requires vigilance and a strong sense of ownership over your intellectual and spiritual property. Are there individuals who consistently fail to acknowledge your contributions or present your ideas as their own? Do you feel that your insights or creations are being used without your permission or proper credit? For chosen ones, protecting your intellectual and spiritual property is crucial, not just for your own sense of integrity, but for maintaining the purity and authenticity of your spiritual journey. 7. They undermine your boundaries. Boundaries are essential for maintaining your spiritual, emotional, and physical well-being. Imagine someone in your life who consistently pushes against your limits, disregarding your needs and comfort zones. Perhaps they show up unannounced, expecting your time and attention without considering your schedule or personal space. Or maybe they pressure you into activities or conversations you've explicitly stated you're uncomfortable with. For chosen ones, maintaining boundaries is particularly important because of your heightened sensitivity and the deep nature of your spiritual work. People who undermine your boundaries are essentially attempting to exert control over your time, energy, and focus. This behavior is often rooted in their own needs and insecurities, seeking to benefit from your presence and gifts without regard for your well-being. Undermining your boundaries can lead to a gradual erosion of your energy and sense of self. You might find yourself feeling increasingly exhausted, overwhelmed, or even resentful, yet unable to pinpoint why. This is because your boundaries, which serve as your first line of defense against energy drains and negative influences, are being consistently breached. Recognizing this sign involves a clear understanding of your own boundaries and an awareness of how others respond to them. Are there people who frequently disregard your limits, even after you've communicated them clearly? Do you feel pressured or manipulated into doing things that leave you feeling drained or uncomfortable? For chosen ones, protecting your boundaries isn't just about personal comfort. It's about preserving the integrity of your spiritual journey and ensuring you have the energy and focus needed to fulfill your higher purpose. 8. They make you doubt your intuition. Your intuition is one of your greatest gifts. It's your direct line to higher wisdom, guiding you on your spiritual path. Imagine someone in your life who consistently questions or dismisses your intuitive insights. They might respond to your intuitive feelings with skepticism, telling you that you're overreacting or imagining things. Over time, this can lead you to second-guess your own inner knowing, causing confusion and self-doubt. For chosen ones, this sign is particularly insidious because it strikes at the heart of your spiritual confidence. Your intuition isn't just a useful tool, it's an integral part of your identity and purpose. When someone makes you doubt this part of yourself, they're not just undermining your confidence, they're disrupting your connection to your higher self and the divine guidance that flows through you. This behavior often stems from their own inability to understand or accept the reality of intuitive insights. Some people might feel threatened by your intuition, especially if it challenges their own beliefs or exposes uncomfortable truths. Others might be jealous of your spiritual gifts and seek to undermine them to feel more secure in their own limited worldview. Recognizing this sign requires a steadfast trust in your own intuition and an awareness of how others react to it. Are there people who frequently dismiss or belittle your intuitive insights? Do you find yourself doubting your own inner knowing more often when you're around certain individuals? For chosen ones, maintaining confidence in your intuition is crucial for navigating your spiritual path and fulfilling your higher purpose. Trusting yourself and your intuitive gifts isn't just about self-belief. It's about honoring the divine connection that guides you. Conclusion: awareness is your shield and discernment is your sword. By recognizing these 8 signs, you're not just protecting yourself from those who seek to use you. You're affirming your worth, honoring your journey, and safeguarding your gifts. Remember, being chosen means you have a purpose and light that is uniquely yours. You deserve relationships that nurture and respect that light, not ones that seek to exploit it. Stay vigilant, trust your intuition, and continue to walk your path with the strength and grace that only a chosen one can.